Hi, my name is Mika and I want to get back in time a little bit. You see, when I started to work out, it took me years to actually see some noticeable progress. Even though my diet wasn't the best and my training style wasn't the most optimal, I think one of the biggest problems I had was finding the right workout program. You see, the problem I had with most workout programs was that most of them didn't allow for any specific muscle work, and those who did had such high volume that it was really fatiguing and exhausting on my body. I trained for years and still didn't see any progress. Until 2 years ago, I hopped on this new split and made the most amount of gains I have ever made. So here is the workout program. It's a 5 days a week split focusing on a upper lower and then a push-pull leg split. Now I have to mention that on the upper and lower days, mostly we're going to be focusing on building strength, while on the push-pull legs days we're going to be focusing more on hypertrophy, which actually means time under tension and building muscle. The strength portion of the split are consisting more of compound exercises, while the hypertrophy part is going to consist more of isolation exercises to work on specific parts of the muscle, as I like to call it detail work. Alright, so let's get a quick look on how the program actually looks like, starting off with an upper strength day. As you can see, we are starting off with some heavy compound movements. For me is the incline press, my favorite exercise. On this particular exercise I'm doing 3 sets and I'm trying to lift as heavy as possible, followed by some chest flies, some heavy pull-ups, some lateral raises. The reason I choose the lateral raises over the overhead press is because we already hit our front delts on our incline presses, so doing some side delts are going to really help us give that 3D look. Then we have some barbell rows and finishing off with some arms, some overhead extensions and cable curls. The reason I didn't pick a heavy exercise here is because we are already fatigued from the whole workout. So I picked something that is pretty easy to perform while still giving us a lot of performance. And that will be day 1 complete. Day 2 is going to be a lower body strength focus day. Now we are starting off with some heavy deadlifts, followed by some leg press, and then we're going to incorporate some kind of isolation exercises. I like to do some hamstring curls, Bulgarian split squats, and finishing off with some leg extensions. Me personally, I also do my abs on my leg days. You don't have to do it that way, you can do them separately, but I just love them to do at the end of every single leg day. And that's the first part of the split complete. Now we're going to take a rest day on day 3, and then we're coming back at day 4 with a push session, but on this session we're going to be focusing more on hypertrophy. So we have 3 sets of chest press. Now when I say chest press, I mean the machine chest press. You can do any type of chest press you want, I just prefer the machine when doing the hypertrophy work because it's much easier to follow. Then we have some dumbbell chest fly. The reason I choose dumbbell over cables here is because we already did cables on Monday, plus I really love how the dumbbells feel. I don't know, I just feel like I can get a really good stretch in and they practically build my whole chest. A lot of you guys might not like it, but I just love the exercise. Then I'm going to go into some sitting overhead press. The reason I throw it in here is because we are still having enough energy to perform it well while not hindering our progress. Then we go into some lateral raises. Again, I love the lateral raises with dumbbells just to build those 3D shoulders. Then I finish off with some triceps. I have tricep push down, trying to do them really heavy, and some tricep extensions because I think they're the best tricep builder. You hit all 3 heads of the triceps, plus they're pretty enjoyable to hit. Going on to day 5, we have a pull session. I was not really a big fan of hitting back, but ever since I started to use wrist wraps, I've been enjoying it quite a bit. We are starting off with some lat pull downs, going on to some heavy one-arm rows. Now I have to mention, if I have enough energy that day, I throw in some unilateral lat pull downs because I really love how they hit my lats, but they're optional. If you don't have enough energy to do them, just skip them. Going into a superset. I like supersetting lat pullovers with real delt flies because it lets me to finish off my back while still hitting the real delts, which is a neglected muscle group in most people. That's it for back and real delts. Moving on to biceps. The reason I pick barbell curls here is because we still have enough energy, like I said, for the overhead press, and it's not going to create some chronic fatigue or anything. That's why I like hitting barbell curls on my pull sessions. I try to do really heavy, 4 to 8 reps, trying to really contract the muscle and building as much strength as possible. Then we have my favorite bicep exercise, the dumbbell preacher curl. I think these are the creators of my biceps. Without them, I would be lost. So we have dumbbell preacher curls, and I finish off with some forearm superset because I think they're a neglecting muscle group and I really like to hit them. Moving on to day 6, the day we all hate. It's leg day. I usually start off my workouts with 2 sets of RDLs. It allows me to warm up my knees and my hamstrings for the later heavier movements. Followed that by some heavy squats. I try to do them on the Smith machine because, like I said, I have a knee problem, so I usually try to keep them pretty stabilized so that I don't have to worry for my knee snapping or creating some kind of bigger injury. After that I do my leg extensions, and then I usually do some kind of hamstring curl. Now usually if I did sitting on Tuesday, I'm doing laying now, and vice versa. I finish off with some ab exercises like I said. Day 7 is purely focused on recovery and rest. That's how the program looks like, but let me give you some tips to follow it correctly. I recommend to listen to your body. If you go to an exercise, for example on barbell press, and your shoulder hurts or you don't really feel the muscle contracting properly that day, switch to a different variation of that exercise. Also, on the strength days, we want to focus more on doing lower reps and trying to lift as heavy as possible without it having an impact on our form. On the hypertrophy days, however, we want to focus more on feeling the muscle and getting a full stretch in and contracting the muscles. Every 4 to 5 weeks do a deload week, and then every 8 to 12 weeks I would recommend you to switch up the exercises just to hit the muscle from different angles as well. Mind you, this workout program is going to help you build noticeable amount of muscle, but it's up to you to train, fuel and recover properly to see results. I'm not saying this is the only split that will help you build muscle or that it's the best workout split there is, but it has worked really well for me and I want to share it with you guys. Working out does not have to be purely pain and suffering. You can enjoy in your workouts, and that's what I do. I love doing supersets, so I do supersets. You adjust the workout split to what you like and you will be much more consistent and you will enjoy the gym much more because you are doing the things that you enjoy. So don't be so hard on yourself. You can go off the program. That will be it. I followed this exact workout split for the past few years and made huge progress with it. If you're going to try it out, comment down below, and if you want me to review your workout programs, just comment them and I will respond. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching. I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and like this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.